Hi, I'm Borkon. Glad to have you here. Welcome back. And as you can see from the outfit, yeah, it's that time again. Ooh, I almost showed you what it was before the first application of the map, but it's gonna be a fast one because we're applying one of them here. It should be pretty obvious why it's necessary. Where else? Yes, we do need one of them in our new villager area. And I guess it should be just on the entrance to remember that when you're entering here, you need hearing protection. What else is noisy? Actually, no. This should be on the entrance. It shouldn't be there. I think that's the principle I should start using, is to apply the warning signs at the entrance to where things are happening. And where else? Ah, yes, I remember. We, of course, need to go to the zombified piglin farm. Right. And there is one more place. And with the fog disabled, I can actually take shortcuts in the nether. Normally I would go back to the middle and fly out here, but now I know what I'm looking for. And it is this portal. Yes, I should probably mark them, but I really want to start my Never Tunnel network soon. Was it here? Yes, it was. This thing is noisy. Let's just listen to it. Yeah. And its twin brother is also noisy. And did I miss something? I don't think I missed anything. No, probably not. Alright, with that done, let's just quickly get into the plans for today. And the plans for today is, like I mentioned last time, we really need a building around the villager farm, village, or trading hall, village, whatever it is. The villager prison, I guess. That's what I would like to call it, because that's what it is. We keep them in terrible conditions, make them work. It's, yeah, but we need a building around this, and I spent an absolutely crazy amount of time in creative preparing this. And as you can see, I already prepared the outline of how the building is gonna look like. And yes, it's the same style as everything else. I'm gonna try to keep everything on this island in this style until I perfect this style, and then I'll try new things, because I want to learn to build, of course. That's what I've always been talking about. I want to learn to build, and I want to perfect this weird style and then try something new. But yeah, let's just get this built, and we have another big project today, so this is gonna be a fast one. And the first thing I need to do is actually to correct a mistake I did when building this. I didn't think of this, but we need grass. This can't be mycelium, so I need to get under here, replace all this mycelium with grass. I need to figure out... Yeah, I did this right, so there is no mycelium here, and that is a relief. But I need to grassify everything under here so that there is no mycelium left. I don't know if that's necessary. It probably isn't, because it wouldn't be visible anyway, but it would bother me. So let's get rid of that. That should be enough grassification for here. Except this block. I had a lot of ghost blocks when I was doing this area here. I don't know why, but some of them kept sticking up, some just I walked into, I got stuck in them. It's weird. I need to find some kind of solution for ghost blocks. But yeah, this is enough grass. Let's get the building done. And let's see how that it ends up here, because I haven't tried it with the farm inside. I just build more or less the right dimensions in creative, or not more or less. I built the exact right dimensions in creative. I know it will fit, but I don't know what it will look like here. Let's see. Yep, this looks pretty sweet. I think I might have nailed it. At least nailed it for this kind of design. Let's look at it from above. Yeah, there's enough things happening that it's not just a lazy cylinder or ellipse, and that's obvious, and that's what I'm going for with these. Because this is actually just a like elliptical cylinder, except I'm twisting and turning and doing things to it. And this is the same thing. This style looks really nice lit up from underneath. Although this big hole probably needs some more lights. There are probably, yeah, there are enough lights here, but that one might need a little bit more light on the edges just to make it stand out a little more. Let's see how this looks at day. And yes, the door is in a kind of awkward place. I usually forget that there should be a door when I'm designing a building, and yeah, it kind of gets improvised. This well, it turned out okay. It isn't great, but could be worse. It's in a decent spot here. It connected relatively well to the structure here. It's a little bit tight here, but it's because of this water column. And does this glass wall have to be here? Probably actually it doesn't. Ah, it can stay. But yeah, from the inside, it looks a little bit like a greenhouse, I'd say. And let's see, during the day, from the outside, yeah, this looks good. I kind of think that the grass is doing a lot of the work here. And yes, I have to bone meal this and make it more interesting. Because here, it looks great. Here, meh. And it's the mycelium that's actually doesn't really work together with this building. While with the grass, it's awesome. So, grassification up to somewhere. And there's another thing that I need to do relatively soon, and it is to connect the path to here. Because I haven't been doing the paths recently, and they definitely need to be done. I probably need to cover up this ravine. There's nothing interesting in there anyway. So cover up here, build path. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Let's do that. Okay, I did the path, and let's just put some lights in. I still really like this water-powered street lamp design. There's just something about them that instead of having a light source here, like just running it with sea pickles. And oh, oops. Don't break the lamp until it's ready to be broken. And a few more of these and we're gonna be done. And of course we have to see what it looks like at night. That's more important than day. Ooh, I should have grassified on the side of the path here. I can see that now. Yeah, it's okay. I definitely need to bone meal the grass because it looks really boring without anything extra going on. So bone meal here, couple of trees here, maybe a little bit more grass in this area. Like grassify this bit, maybe a tree. Yeah, this will look good. But with that done, it's time to get to today's main event, and I'm gonna start by building actually two portals. And I have actually tested this very, very carefully in creative so that the portals would be on the exact correct blocks and not even half a block wrong. Because last time I was building carefully planned portals, I didn't make sure that the portal blocks were exactly at the right blocks, and well, yeah, that caused problems, if you might recall. So let's get this carefully done. This is the portal that I will not step through yet. This portal will lead to somewhere interesting in a while. So that's done. And the other portal will be very, very close. It's 143, so this direction, and 395. So this direction. 395, 143, 395. It's 143 and 144. So 43 and 44, and these are the sides of the portal. Alright, and this portal should lead us to something that will explain what we're doing today. Hopefully, perfect. Some of you might recognize this kind of structure. It's a pillager outpost. Oh yeah. So I'm not going to be building anything around the pillager outpost. This is just the portal so I can get here, shoot that kind of guy, and get Bad Omen, and that's it. I'm not gonna do anything fancy here, at least not yet. Maybe I will. The main event is gonna be happening somewhere in this area over the ocean, and yep, we are building a raid farm. This raid farm needs to be built over an ocean, at least 70 blocks from any land, so I think I have the exact coordinates, don't worry about that. And the other portal I built will be linking directly into the raid farm. That was the idea with it. So now I'm just gonna start building it, and yeah, see you on the other side. Before I build any further, let's just double check that the portal's linked correctly. Because I'm just worried about that now. Okay, it's this one. We go in here, we should be at the pillager outpost. Yep, and we go back in here. I actually don't know which portal links where, but this should just take us up to the structure of the farm. Correct. Alright, let's keep going. And there, the structure is built and the mechanism is built. I haven't tested it yet, and that there is a good reason for that. It's because we are still not done. I need one villager here and 3 villagers down there, and I might have committed a little bit of bad planning here because I have no idea how I'm gonna get there. But yeah, it's definitely something that must be done. I need the villagers, otherwise this thing does absolutely nothing. And as a side note, you might have noticed something weird that is very unusual for how I have been building things. Because usually I build a farm and then say, I'm gonna connect the loot system later. The loot system here I did first. And yeah, because I don't want to keep doing that, that I build a farm, run it once, and I then say, I'm done, and forget about it. No, I want this to have a proper loot system. The filters are not populated yet. I'll have to do that. But I think these will be banners. The 3 here will be heads. Emeralds, redstone, sticks, bottles, stuff like that. Then I think it will be this here. Yeah, this is the unstackable items, because this is an unstackable item filter here at the end. And these are stackable items that overflowed. And what I'm hoping to find here, even though it's extremely, extremely rare, but in my previous world I got one, and it's a witch head. So this is only here to catch the witch head if it ever happens. I'm babbling because I really, really don't want to deal with trying to get villagers down here. I think I'm just gonna drop them down. Does that make sense? What happens if I drop a villager here? You will land in the correct spot, and then from here we can drop them down. Maybe it will work. Yeah, let me do some testing and try to fetch some villagers, and we'll see what we manage here. I decided that rather than going back to my base and try to get the villagers out of Villager Breather, I just went to a nearby village that I found here. So let's hope this works. I have no idea how I'm supposed to get villagers into a portal, but maybe something like this. That seemed to work. And there is the boat, and there is the villager. Come on, get into boat. Yes. And it's one of these portals, and it would be a catastrophic mistake to get the villager through the wrong portal. Well, it wouldn't be catastrophic, because that was a good village. It had lots of villagers, so I guess I can lose one to an accident. But let's not do that. That's mean. We treat villagers badly enough as it is. I guess something like that. Let's see. Break boat. Will you get into the portal? Or do I need to push you? Get in the portal. Hop in. I have no idea how I can convince him to do that. Oops. Yeah, not... Oh! He did! I think he went in. Oh, yes, correct. Go here, and through the hole. And the water pushes you right. And he's in. Oh, and he actually went to the bed that I thought would be the hardest to get the villager to. So, yeah, okay. I'm shocked how simple it was. And that was number 2. And down you go. There. And that was number 3. So now I can actually close this gap here, because the last one will be landing here. And that's number 4. I am really surprised how simple this was. I was really expecting a huge struggle, and I was actually expecting the wrangling the villagers to take more time than building this whole thing. And yeah, it's a pleasant surprise. So he has a workstation. This scaffolding can go. Oh yes, actually, this thing should go completely. I don't want anything here. And by the way, placing that stone block, if you ever need to build something in the middle of an ocean, I didn't film that, I think, but you take a lily pad and build on the lily pad, because you can place the lily pad on water. That's a very, very nice trick that I've seen a long time ago, and I've been using it since because it's an absolutely great idea. We might actually be ready to test this whole thing. And yes, that's the first thing I'm gonna do. I'm first gonna test it that it actually works, and then I am going to explain what's going on. So yeah, let's do that. Oh, and I see that there is one thing missing here still. I need boats here. This farm can spawn Vexes. They can get out of here. It's very rare. It shouldn't happen that often, but it can happen. And the Vexes usually will end up in a boat rather than attacking me when I'm here. There is a chance that I will get attacked, so it's not like perfectly 100% AFK safe. Oh, come on, boats, get out of my way. But it's decent enough, and I'm not gonna use this as an XP farm, so I guess dying once in a while... Oops, I should have replaced that glass block. Dying once in a while won't be a huge deal. I'll probably add a hopper here just to pick up my whatever equipment I'm wearing, and will be wearing a full armor just to, well, to make it a little bit easier on me when I'm getting hit, because I will be getting hit a little bit. Their boat, and maybe 5 more boats. Hello, pillager. You're not the captain. I don't care about you. You're not the captain either. Any captain? Anybody home? Yeah, and the hard part about using this farm is to get the initial bad omen. That takes a while. Ah, hello, Mr. Captain. Thank you. Bad omen. And now I shouldn't fly I know how to fly directly to the raid farm, but it's safer if I just go through the portal. When I enter here, nothing should happen. If something happens, then I made a mistake. I did not make any mistake. Now, the magic of this farm is that I am exactly outside a village. If we look at the chunk borders, you can see that the blue line here is just above this glass block, because the village starts when I step on that block. That's when I end up inside the village caused or defined by that guy, and that makes the raid start. Hopefully. Let's see. First test. No raid. I made a mistake. Awesome. Let's debug and see what's happening. This guy doesn't recognize the grindstone as his workstation. So this is not an official workstation, and that's why nothing is happening. Oh. Working with villagers is making me make strange noises. He still doesn't have the right outfit, and I'm thinking it's already work time. What's going on with you? Here, have a grindstone. Come on, wake up. Yeah, it is noon. It should definitely be work hours now. Did I pick up a nitwit and I don't know what they look like? Oh, I need to go to the wiki and see if that's a nitwit. Let me check that. Yeah, I think, okay, the wiki says nitwit villagers wear green robes. And he's wearing green robes. I guess. Or is he? I don't know. I wanted a villager head anyway. This guy is definitely not wearing green robes. He already has a profession, I think. Okay. But since I haven't traded with him, I should be able to give him a grindstone and he should be fine. Hopefully. I don't know. I don't know much about villagers. Attempt number 2. Do I see a captain there? Yep. I knew I saw you. Oh, come on. There we go. Bad omen. And another attempt. Okay, and as soon as I step in here, the raid should start. Please? Awesome. We're fine. And what should happen is that, well, for a while nothing. This isn't really a super fast raid farm. It's fast enough for me, and the entire raid should spawn at the same time, and yeah, and we have victory already, which means that all the waves of the raid have spawned, and all the raiders are gonna fall down here in in a while. It takes a while. Nothing continues to happen, and now here they come. And there was a pillager captain in there that I just killed, and that's why I got Bad Omen immediately, and a new raid started. And I can keep doing this for hours and hours and hours and days until I run out of food, I guess. So yeah, this thing is working perfectly. Okay, so what's going on here? This is a raid farm. As you already saw, I'm going to the pillager outpost to get Bad Omen. And there is a village here. So this village is defined by certain blocks like workstations or beds or bells. And if they are within certain distance from each other, then they belong to the same village. So this workstation and the workstations here and the beds and the bell define one village. The game considers the village to be starting just within this chunk here, that defined by the blue line. So above here is no village, and the village starts just below here because it's within 3 chunks of this guy. So when I step into this hole here, it means I step into the village and the raid starts. The raid has very specific requirements where it will spawn, and the only valid space for this raid to spawn is on the ice here. This 5x5 area is the only place where the raid can spawn. So the first wave spawns, but because of how those workstations are placed, the raid considers itself to be outside of range of the village, and so it spawns the next wave just to have a raid within the village. And that wave also, of course, spawns out of range. Everybody spawns out of range. So all the waves of the raid spawn at the same time. There is a string here, very hard to see, but pretty much always, I've never seen this fail. One of the pillagers gets pushed into that string, and this starts this whole mechanism, which looks complicated, but it's actually relatively simple. First, we wait a little while for the whole raid to spawn. After that while, this flying machine just pushes all the raiders off the spawning platform and into the water stream there down below. And at the same time, every pillager that was on a ravager, or every ravager gets stuck in the lava and the lava pushes them up, but every pillager that was sitting on a ravager gets into this water stream and they get pushed out, so they don't no longer sit on the ravagers, and the ravagers get destroyed by the lava. And then after another timer, these fence gates open and the village and the raid falls down. And it is important to wait for them for a while. And if you looked carefully when I was running the raid farm, the first raiders fall down into the killing chamber at the exact same moment as the victory bar disappears. And that is important because if the victory bar is still up and I kill a captain, I will not get bad omen. But if I kill the captain without the raid bar being up, then I get a new bad omen and a new raid starts while I'm still killing the next one. And that's how it continues. And this can keep going indefinitely. And this is a design by a guy called Double Moses. It's a fantastically well made guide. It's relatively old, and I will admit that this isn't the most efficient, even of the simple raid farms. This isn't the most efficient anymore. There are better designs out nowadays. But I really like it. I like the simplicity of it. Even though it looks complicated, it really isn't. I like the simplicity of it. And no, I do not want to build a modern, super mega efficient stacking raid farm because there are designs that are generating about 50 times more, 50 to 100 times more emeralds per hour than this one. But there is a very good reason why I don't want a super efficient raid farm, and that is one, I want to have an excuse in the future to design my own. This is just, let's call it a starter raid farm, even though it's actually super efficient already. And two, I'm only interested in the emeralds. Even though I have item filters for everything, I am actually only interested in the emeralds here. The witch drops are just a bonus. And the reason for that is that I am a lazy person if I got all the witch drops I need here, I would never build a witch farm, and I really, really want to build a witch farm. The main reason why I want an inefficient raid farm is because I want a witch farm. And you might think I'm crazy, and I probably am, but I have a really fun design for a witch farm that I want to build. It's probably not even very efficient, but it's really fun. So I want to build it, and I don't want to have an excuse not to do that. This will not generate enough redstone to replace a witch farm. But that will be it for today. Thanks a lot for watching, and have great raiding. Bye! Oops. Did they? Oh, okay, I didn't throw it down to them. Don't take my emeralds, it's my emeralds.